Peterbot's better than EU, but Eu's still better than NA. You know, it's like
I don't think that draw spot was that great. Like, especially in the no movement meta, right? Like, there's not a lot. There's some things you can cook up with the pad and stuff, but compared to what the
just because Pete and Poyo are the best doesn't mean NA's better than EU. I think that's the way, guys.
You also had a quality tweet. Yeah, your tweet was unreal.
Yeah, Peterbot's better than EU, but Eu's still better than NA. You know, it's like if 5 out of the top 6 are EU, you know, I think we we keep our reputation from that.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, naturally, we will be accused of EU bias no matter what we say on this show. And there is definitely EU bias within us, amongst us here. That's no secret. But to act like this was like some embarrassment for EU, which I think some people were trying to do, is like
copper point.
Yeah, like honestly, like that to me was really corny. Like EU versus NA ban art is great. This has been a great year for EU versus NA discourse.
Yeah.
I will say that, even though I think on the balance of things, you'd probably say EU took the L for most of the year, right? Like, we had to hold the L for most of the year. But it's been a really good year for that type of discourse. But after this globals, like, some of the shit I was seeing was too cringe. It's like Harry said, Peterbot may be better than EU, but they're also better than NA. Like, I mean, like, they're just
much better than
everyone.
Yeah,
do you
it's
know
the
what I mean?
rest of the world versus Peterbot.
Where
was this? Where was this Levin broadcast after game 12? Where you're
That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Zeke was pressing you about NA.
You got Zeke and both Vivid pressing you about we've got 2 NA winners in a row for globals. I know you put up a good defense, but what you just said here was significantly better than that. You know?
Yeah, no, I in the moment, honestly, I was caught blindsided. I was like, I was not expecting that. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
it's good.
like,
I think it's good for the broadcast to
you know?
talk about that sort of stuff. I think it's good because it means that we have those sort of conversations.
Yeah, I mean,
is it cut out? I think it's cut out.
I was stun locked. I was stun locked a bit, but I think I did respond well in the fact that, because I didn't even realize the leaderboard properly then. At that point, and then so I remember we went to the leaderboard, and in the moment I'm there saying, yeah, look, the top 3 outside of that is, and I was like, oh wait, 4, oh wait, 6. The next 6 people after Peterbot and Poyo were all EU people. So, like, again, we went to Texas and we ate good. Like, we ate very good, respectfully. And let's start to talk about some of those teams that ate very good. I think the obvious one there, Queasy and Thomas, second place, pushed everything, pushed the competition to the last game. Honestly, we should all be thanking Thomas and Queasy, because this shit could have been wrapped up early, and they made it so much more fun and entertaining. And I'm hurt for them, especially Thomas, you know, second again, and Queasy again, second again at an international tournament like this. But I'm also so happy it was them for so many reasons, right? Like, they were like the perfect 2 people to be in that situation, like going at it in the final sort of couple of games. Yeah.
So realistically, right? Like, we had our predictions, and you know, Queasy and Thomas's year hasn't been clean, right? They got second, and then they were triple contested at Olympus, and then Major 3, they placed something, I don't exactly remember what they placed, but it wasn't anything notable to think of, right?
35th, I think.
35th, right? Yeah. So, like, I think pretty much every single person came into this being like, yeah, what happened to Queasy Thomas, man? Like, what's going on with them? But, like, they still showed that, look, we're fucking Queasy and Thomas HD, baby. You know, we're Queasy, one of the undisputed best IGOs in the game. We're Thomas HD, one of the best fucking fraggers and best aim in the game. Like, we're never going to be below Surge. They showed up, right? And it was nice to see that again, because, like, you know, we some of us may have lost a little bit of faith, but they stopped all of that and said, hey, we're still here to play. We're still a relevant team. And when we try and when we have things on the line, we're here to show up when it matters. And it was very nice to see. And fair play to them. They proved a lot of people wrong. And especially, like I said, when I did the comparison, like, I don't think that draw spot was that great. Like, especially in the no movement meta, right? Like, there's not a lot. There's some things you can cook up with the pad and stuff, but compared to what the foes had, I don't know.
I still like the spot.
I get a lot of takes wrong, and I will happily admit when I get a lot of takes wrong. But I did talk about the landing spot, and I do think because the only reason I obviously was Voltiax and Cool, they showed a little bit of what to do from it. But obviously Voltiax and Cool are nowhere near the level of Queasy and Thomas, and what they showed is you basically playing not from a mid map spot. No, from an edge map spot, sorry. You can play from a mid map spot if you want to. You can play that spot virtually however you want to.
Right.
But the main thing that made that spot even better for them was the fact they could get early search. And when you have, there's a lot of conversations about trading, not trading. When Thomas is just winning every single bloom fight, it's not trading at this point. He is just gaining surge and losing
damage ratio of 2.7.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like not even trading. It's just this is their surge strategy, and the other teams aren't good enough to counter it, right? And I think the biggest thing for me from Queasy and Thomas is, and I think it is kind of a thing, is when they have a chip on their shoulder and they have people doubting them, they do better. I generally think it is. It's like their motivation, you know. They come second, teams, but they start to believe in them. They just like they think they're good. They just rest a little bit, and then when people don't believe in them, every time they show up, every 100%. Single time. So I feel like that's all. So basically, we need to keep hating on them. Then they'll keep performing.
Keep it up, Harry. Keep it up.
Yeah.
No, we do. It's funny because we've had these conversations about them all year, and the same things like get echoed of like Thomas, the type of personality he is. He actively is looking for you to like say some bad shit about him. Like when I saw him at EWC, he was like making up things. Like he was like, "Yeah, you're always hating on me on a podcast." I was like, "What?" Like, I know you don't even fucking listen, and dude, like you're just making that up. Like, you know what I mean? But he was like, he does that to like be like because he wants that motivation of like proving people wrong. I could talk for hours about these guys. I know on like the broadcast, I was giving a lot of flowers to Queasy because this guy is just the best IG of all time. This was one of the biggest sort of ads for why we need more lands in Fortnite. Not just because of how amazing a tournament it is, but because there are so many players who really you can tell are at their best on LAN. And LAN Fortnite is different to online Fortnite.